All right, let's see if we can provide a little bit of insight here for anybody who unfortunately was affected by that downpour that happened on Saturday. You know, basically a couple of hours worth of 1 month's worth of rain in 2 hours. That's how it's been described. And of course, we know the flooding that's resulted from it. Some people hit yet again, second time in a couple of years. So let's say that happened to you. You're looking at your basement. It is flooded. What should you be doing? Because you know what? You have to do something. Letting it sit there and watching that furniture, I don't know, just basically sit there as you try to decide what to do is not a good plan. Walter Assi is president over at Renovco. He is on the line. Walter, thank you for coming on. I know it's going to be a busy day, probably has been already for you. So to my point, you walk into your basement, you got a couple of feet of water on the floor, pretty much everything is ruined. What's the next thing to do here?
So the first thing you want to do is you want to turn off the electricity. In certain cases, we've seen the electric panel was in the basement, and that would have been a challenge for people that have 3-4 feet of water in the basement to go down and do it. What can be done is you could call Hydro-Quebec, and they can turn it off electricity for you remotely.
Okay.
You don't want to be walking around with plugged, devices in electrical outlets. So as soon as the water is above baseboard level or plugged level, it becomes really a hazard. So that's the first thing I would just ensure. Once that is done, you want to try to find the source. So if the source, unfortunately in this case, was the rain, there's not much you could do, but you need to get the water pumped out as fast as possible. Now, if you are lucky and you call fast enough, the fire department can come and help. But, for those who are unlucky that called later, obviously they could not get through to the fire department to help them pump the water out.
How can you do this on your own in some way or not?
If you have a sump pump, a portable sump pump, and a long hose, the idea is you want a long hose because you don't want the water to recirculate around your house, because if not, it's going to keep on coming in. Then yeah, you can if you're handy enough, and obviously you're going to need to ensure that the electricity is safe and everything else before you plug anything in. Right. But yeah, it's definitely doable. And if not, you call professional companies, restoration companies that can come and pump the water out. So typically what we've been doing is we have trucks with generators and pumps, and we don't need electricity in the household. So we'll connect to that and we'll pump the water out. The third thing is now taking picture documentation, filing your claim with the insurance company if you're covered, and emptying out all the wet contents. Because you want to, like for example, you have a wet sofa, a wet bed, that should get out of there as fast as you can. And you can put it out on the curb and you can take pictures, whatever. As long as out of the house, so you're not breathing that humidity and it's not affecting the healthier floors in the home. And from there, obviously, the demolition process, the decontamination process, the drying. But if you're not handy, you definitely need to call a certified contractor in mold remediation and fire and flood damage. That's very important because there are certain procedures to follow.
Okay.
And, not every contractor have these certifications.
By the way, I should point out, you mentioned if your bed or your sofa, or whatever, is water damaged, there'll be people who'll be reticent to do that, right? They figure, no, I could just let it dry outside and then when I'm good to go, I can put it back in the house. That's a bad idea, right?
Absolutely not. Absolutely, it's a bad idea. You shouldn't be keeping any of these materials. Don't forget, it's also the quality of the water. So this is overland water. In a lot of cases, it was sewer water, sewer backup. So it's category 3 water. This is contaminated water, not because of the mold only, but it comes with bacteria and endovirus and all kind of other contaminants. So it's a really bad idea to keep anything that is not of a solid base, that could be disinfected and is not porous.
All right. So there's your steps. That's as to what to do. I said earlier on, I imagine, though, it's going to be tough because obviously so many people are dealing with this. It's also that time of the year. Getting a contractor may be a big challenge here, too.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's already the high season as far as renovation is concerned. So, but this is what I'm saying. The first step really is the demolition and the decontamination and the drying. And these have to be the proper steps. And really important, Aaron, I've seen it a lot, and I know when people keep on doing that, do not use bleach or Javel as a disinfectant. That's very bad. just use proper disinfectant if you're doing this yourself, because you're not doing yourself any favors using these products.
All right. Walter, I thank you so much. I appreciate it. Walter Assi from Renovco. He mentioned Walter did insurance. Obviously, that should be one of the first things you do as well. Adam Strumas is a partner at KBD Insurance, and he is on the line. Adam, I imagine the phone's going to be ringing off the hook there. It probably has been for a while now. What's the order here in terms of a checklist before you call your insurance company?
Well, if I'm being honest, your guest you just had on answered a lot of the questions right there. Is try and get the water out first, make sure the electrical is turned off. For the insurance, the most important thing here is continue trying to contact your insurer. Open the claim, listen to their advice, but also document everything. If you can use your phone to take videos of the water that's in your basement, take pictures of your damaged sofa, try and itemize everything that you have in that basement that's been affected by this, and go from there and continue, again, trying to get a hold of your insurance companies. They are definitely overwhelmed today. For sure. And
when you say, and it's funny because we had a caller say the same thing. She tried to call hers, and it's like, nobody answering or call back, or you're back on hold. But yeah,
a lot of
don't give up.
Companies, they do have mobile applications on your phone where you can open the claim yourself using the mobile app.
Okay, so maybe that's a consideration.
With regards to how fast they get back to you, the last time this happened, which was, I believe, August 2024.
Yeah.
If you're insured with, for argument's sake, Intact Insurance, I know that they brought in claims adjusters from Ontario, from Alberta, from New Brunswick, put them up in hotels to be able to get back to all of these open claims. I know that, I think it was like August 9th, 2024, something like that. By August 15th, of the 17,000 claims that have been open, something like 95% of people have been contacted by someone from the claims adjuster team.
Let me ask you one last question. So with respect to getting a contractor, can you rely on your insurance company to suggest someone as well, or are you on that on your own?
Usually the insurance company will suggest their own trusted contractors. I know that, again, going back to Intact, they have a mold and fire and water damage remediation team called On-Side Insurance or On-Side Restoration. That is who I would personally suggest bringing in. But yeah, the insurance company will make their suggestions with contractors, but you can also go and find your own.
Yeah, you can do your own as well. They're not going to say, no, don't use someone else. If you have someone else you'd rather use, you can do that too.
Yeah, but I would also speak to your insurer first.
Let them know.
Is a licensed
Got
contractor to do the work.
Adam, I thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Canadian women are looking for more out of themselves, their businesses, their elected leaders, and the world around them.
And that's why we're thrilled to introduce the Honest Talk podcast.
I'm Jennifer Stewart.
And I'm Catherine Clark. And in this podcast, we interview Canada's most inspiring women.
Entrepreneurs, artists, athletes, politicians, and newsmakers, all at different stages of their journey.
So if you're looking to connect, then we hope you'll join us.
Listen to the Honest Talk podcast on iHeartRadio or wherever you listen to your podcasts.